most people feel like if they go to bed early, it might feel to them like they're wasting or like they're missing out on something. I used to feel that way. So let's say if I went to bed like 11, 12, 1 a.m. or like in the night, then I would feel like I would be missing out on something. So I always constantly like had to be on social media, or had to be watching some bullshit content, or watch some TV maybe, or text somebody, or yeah, be outside doing stupid shit with somebody. But in reality, like it's a funny thing when you want to set a when you want to be very productive and you want to feel like you have achieved um, like very much in your day, you have to start optimizing for the second half of your day. So first off, I've been experimenting with waking up early again, like 6, 7 a.m. And it feels pretty good. It feels like you have an edge, but also if you want to maintain it, it could not be, or it shouldn't be a one-time thing. So you have to maintain it. You have to maintain getting the edge in the morning. So you have to also be very meticulous about your of the day. Second half of the day, excuse me. Um, so let's say you have work to do in the morning, you spend a lot of time on um, gadgets, or electric what are these called, computers, phones. You spend a lot of time in front of screens. Maybe you study, maybe you write something, maybe you do some work on the computer, maybe, yeah, whatever you do. Maybe it's not computers, maybe you work in a grocery store, or maybe you work in logistics or something. But either way, um, let's say you wake up at 6, 7, 8 a.m. You do the bulk of your work in early in the morning. So you ideally you'd be as productive as you can early in the morning. Or um, if you leave work like afternoon, then it's the afternoon time, like a couple hours when you have some time on your own, and you can like optimize for productivity then. So obviously this work requires a that you don't have like an afternoon crash and don't go to sleep after work and so on and so forth. This also requires a healthy routine, healthy diet, optimizing carbs, clean carbs for later, for the later of the day, and that kind of stuff. But we're talking like productivity. If we're talking strictly productivity here, then ideally you would be as productive as you can, and minimize distractions as best as you can early in the day. And then when the day goes on, let's say it's 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m., then you can like get more like distracted, and yeah, do that like stupid stuff in a sense. But then again, when the night comes, let's say it's your nightly routine you have to optimize in order to be productive again in the morning. So let's say after 7, 8, 9 p.m., you quit out all the electrical devices. That's the word that I was after. Electrical devices. So you cut out all the electrical devices, phones, screens, computers, and stuff like that, TV, all of that stuff that emits blue light. And then ideally, keep your room dark, keep your like house very dim, minimal light, no, ideally no blue light. I've started experimenting with keeping my like, I have these I don't know what you call them, but you can like open these things in my window and just a little sunlight comes in the evening. Obviously it's different in winter time, it's more dark and so on, but now in the summer it's cool because I get like minimal light in my room. I can still like, my eyes get used to the dark, and yeah, eventually like, the point is, it's not even hard to sleep. It's very easy to actually sleep because you can just like cut out all the bullshit, like all the stimulating stuff in your room, in your house, and you'll begin to feel tired like naturally. Your brain starts to push out the melatonin naturally, and it starts telling you that it's time to go to sleep, and you'll begin to feel like very relaxed naturally. So what's the prerequisite for sleeping is obviously you must feel relaxed, you must feel tired, but before you feel tired you must feel like very calm and relaxed. So, and that's the goal, that you want to aim for. And yeah, obviously this, like, just people are so glued to their they fear out, and this returns to my original point. People fear out, like fear missing out on something in the evenings because they spend most of their day being unproductive, and maybe they're lazy and not getting the stuff done they want to do. So they feel, so in the nighttime they become like hyper stimulated and over, like their bodies are telling them that like something's not done, something's not finished, so they stay up late, and that's how they became like very fucked up. That's how your circadian rhythm becomes like fucked up. Circadian rhythm is basically like the natural like flow with the sun kind of rhythm. So wake up when the sun rises, go to bed when the sun goes down. So yeah. Another thing is, I've done night shifts in the past, and yes, you can live with them, but that's not ideal. I've done a night shift like I'd say like a year, half a year at least, like in a row. Maybe even a year. A year of night shift, or 6 months, I can't remember which it was. But 6 months at least I did like night shift. And yeah, fun times, but also very dark times, no pun intended. Um, yeah, it's like it's very hard to, when you come back home at like 6 7 a.m. and then you try to sleep when the sun rises, and like in, especially in the summer times. So everybody's like outside and you're fucking sleeping till like 12 1 2 3 p.m. So it's not quite optimal. Ideally, you want to wake up when the sun rises, get sunlight immediately to set your circadian rhythm right, and then on the second half of your day or your nightly routine, no fucking lights. No, not even like, okay, I guess I will experiment with candlelight. That shouldn't be like so bad. It, in my if I remember correctly, it didn't have an effect on like melatonin suppression. But yeah, candlelight must be okay. But ideally, you want to have a very dim, dark house or room, and then like just sit without any distractions, without any stimulants. maybe like read something in the candlelight. Obviously, if you have some like natural light coming out of the window, you can maybe read a book there. What else? So yeah, the point of this video is that it's actually not so hard to fall asleep. You don't need melatonin, you don't need any weird stuff, because I've had sleep issues and I've overcome them like naturally. Of course, like certain foods help. Eat like 4 or 5 eggs in the evening, like maybe 2 3 hours before bed. That should help with melatonin production. And no, eggs are not unhealthy. Saturated fats are very healthy for your hormone production, balancing hormones like testosterone and estrogen. All the hormones, like eggs are healthy fats. So yeah, little biohacks you can do to optimize your sleep. But what I found, you don't have to overcomplicate it. It's like a few simple tricks. It almost comes down to preference, whatever, like what you want to do. But the core principle is to keep your room very dim, like an hour or two before you go to bed. So what I found is that when I dim down my room, like I have no lights on, then it just happens automatically. I become like very relaxed naturally, and then I become tired, and I stretch a bit, take a warm shower. Warm showers are very good also, and then just hit the bed, lay down, relax. It's not so hard actually. So yeah, I guess this was like sleeping advice, how to sleep better or how to fall asleep better advice, like a little tip you can use. So in summary, be as productive early as possible in your day and relax on the second half of your day, and cut out all the electric devices and lights, ideally like 3 hours, 2 3 4 hours before going to bed. So yeah, at least like, I don't know, don't like, yeah, you can check your phone, of course, you can check like the time very quickly or answer a text message very quickly, whatever, but like don't spend like even 15 minutes, or don't stay on your screen for like 10 20 30 60 minutes, and then you know what happens. You find yourself like scrolling in the middle of the night. So don't do that. Do the opposite. Throw away all your devices. I repeated all this stuff. I'm just repeating myself at this point. So yeah, enjoy the sunlight in the mornings and cut off the blue light in the evenings. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.